Black holes are so weird that even physicists sometimes struggle to explain them. So today we're going to try a different challenge. Imagine you had to explain a black hole to a dog. No equations, no advanced physics, no PhD required. Just simple ideas that help make one of the strangest objects in the universe a little easier to understand. Your dog would probably ask, "What is a black hole?" followed immediately by, "Can I eat it?" The answer to the second question is definitely no, but the answer to the first is what we are about to find out. Imagine a giant field. On that field sits a tennis ball. The tennis ball slightly bends the ground around it. Now imagine replacing the tennis ball with an elephant. The ground bends more. Replace the elephant with a mountain. The bending becomes even stronger. Gravity works something like this. Objects with more mass bend space more strongly. The sun bends space. The earth bends space. You bend space. Just not very much. A black hole is what happens when an enormous amount of mass gets squeezed into an incredibly tiny region. The bending becomes so extreme that nothing can easily escape, not even light. Most black holes begin their lives as stars. Huge stars, much larger than our sun. For millions of years, these stars produce enormous amounts of energy. Eventually, they run out of fuel, and when that happens, gravity wins. The star collapses inward. In some cases, the collapse is so dramatic that a black hole forms. Think of it like this. Imagine crushing Mount Everest into something the size of a grain of sand. That's not exactly what happens, but it gives you a sense of how unbelievably dense these objects are. And once a black hole forms, things get weird. Very weird. Every black hole has a boundary called the event horizon. This is sometimes called the point of no return. If you stay outside of it, you're fine. If you cross it, escaping becomes impossible according to our current understanding of physics. Now, here's something that surprises people. Black holes are not giant vacuum cleaners. They don't suck up everything in the universe. If the sun magically became a black hole while keeping the same mass, Earth would continue orbiting exactly as before. The difference is that we'd freeze because sunlight would disappear. The black hole's gravity would not suddenly pull us in. Your dog would probably find that disappointing. Here's where black holes stop sounding like science and start sounding like science fiction. Time behaves differently near them, seriously. According to Einstein's theory of general relativity, stronger gravity slows the passage of time. Near a black hole, this effect becomes extreme. Imagine your dog spends 1 hour near a black hole. That's not a movie plot. It's a consequence of our best theory of gravity. And we've measured smaller versions of this effect around Earth using highly accurate clocks. Black holes simply take the idea to the extreme. What lies at the center of a black hole? The honest answer is nobody knows. Current equations predict something called a singularity, a region where our existing theories break down. This doesn't necessarily mean nature itself breaks down. It may simply mean our understanding is incomplete. To fully answer this question, physicists likely need a theory that successfully combines quantum mechanics and gravity. And so far, nobody has achieved that. So, if you had to explain a black hole to your dog, you might say this. A black hole is a place where gravity becomes unbelievably strong. It forms when massive stars collapse, and it bends space. It slows time. It traps anything that gets too close. And despite decades of research, some of its biggest secrets remain unsolved, which is why black holes are so fascinating. They're not just objects in space. They are giant cosmic question marks. And somewhere out there, millions or even billions of them are silently drifting through the universe. Although if your dog is anything like mine, they've probably stopped listening by now and gone back to investigating that suspicious leaf.